Hey, 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 hey. What is going on? Had to get the hype music on, cause it's about to get real in the streets, hard on the yard. What is going on? This is one. We are back black, and we ain't whack. That's a fact. What is going on, people? These times, it's time to get it going, get it cracking. Everybody got to be on code, so shout out to all you niggas out there and all you healthy-minded people that's going out there and making a real change, making it do what it do. Shout out to all my people at the Core Plantation. Shout out to all my people that's out there protesting and marching and doing what they need to do. Some motherfuckers is like, fuck it, we gonna burn this shit to the ground to prove this point. So shout out to everybody that's out there that's playing their significant part in trying to change the trajectory of how Native blacks are being treated in this country. So shout out to all you. Shout out to all my finesses and all my niggas out there that's still trying to fuck a bitch doing this racial climate. Niggas like, shit, while they out there protesting, I'm gonna go try to fuck. Niggas like, shit, fuck that goddamn corona. Shit. Racism is the real shit. So shout out to all my niggas that's out there. Shout out to all my niggas that's protesting. Again, got to give a quick shout out to them. Shout out to all my niggas that's out there that's handling their business, protesting. You like, man, why you ain't nigga? I've been working. I'm tired. Shit. But shout out to everybody that's doing it. Shout out to everybody that's trying to do their part to, like I said, keep the narrative on racism, white supremacy. There are a lot of them white folks out there, a lot of them Caucasians out there tagging buildings and busting out windows. Shout out to J.R. Smith for fucking up that white boy for busting up his window. So shout out to J.R. Smith. That nigga J.R. like, nah, fuck that. Nigga. Shout out to J.R. Oh, man. I think it's time for us to really understand what this shit is really about. What are you fighting for? What do you believe in? What is your belief system? What do you stand for? Yeah, man, look, let me tell you something. You gotta stand for something or you will fall for anything. Shout out to Shawnee. I know y'all out there in Philly. When you get a chance, Shawnee, let me know what the fuck is going on. Shout out to everybody all over the United States, New Orleans, LA, Vegas. Oh, they trying to make it go down out here in the Vago, boy. Vegas, them motherfuckers went down there to Container Park and got there tripping. I said, man, they like, I'm tired. Shit. But hey, I saw one thing out there, then I'm gonna get into that and I'm gonna discuss that. But we're gonna unpack this shit. R.I.P. to George Floyd, and much power and respect in the spirit of Ogun to his family to protect them. May we call on the energy and power of Jean-Jacques Dessalines to spread the plague of death upon these white supremacists that are all over this nation that have infiltrated law enforcement. May Jean-Jacques Dessalines torture, bring a great mosquito with the bubonic plague of 2020 with a little bit of twisting of the coronavirus in it, and may it spread like wildfire to these racist white supremacists, and may they be wiped away from this great nation of the United States of America Incorporated. That's a prayer. So since y'all want to pray, that's what you should be praying to. Jean-Jacques Dessalines. That should be your Jesus. Ogun. That's who you should be praying to. You should be using voodoo, Santeria, those things. That's what you need to do, motherfucker, instead of trying to play the Cesare Borgia. So shout out to all y'all niggas that's out there protesting and making it do what it do. I know it's turning volatile at certain times, but you know what? Hey, the riots are the voice of the unheard. So shout out to everybody. Let me turn this down. Hey. Man, it's a lot of shit going on, man. I'm drinking my Egyptian licorice tea. There's a lot of shit going on, man. Like I said, I seen J.R. Smith beat the shit out of that motherfucker. You know? And I'm glad he did. Shit. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. See, this doesn't just stop. This is going to keep going. The reason why it's going to keep going is because a lot of it too is what I don't like is it's a lot of dominant white society motherfuckers out there using this struggle of ours to loot, to destroy businesses, to steal. And it ain't black folks doing it. That's why the white people want to go to Melrose. And see, there's a lot of poor white folks that was using it like, hell yeah, let's go to Melrose so we can get all this bullshit going on. And I do not feel sorry for those white business owners who have been in business, immigrants, and not just immigrants, people that are here for unearned benefits that treat niggas like shit. And since you on Melrose, now you mad because they done destroyed your shit. That's what you get with your bitch ass. That's what you get. See? Out of touch. That's what happens. Out of touch, they're going to cut into your shit. You notice National Guard and police was guarding Beverly Hills like a hawk. They let you tear up the ghetto bullshit, but nigga, you're not coming to Beverly Hills. Let me tell you something, man. If you think for 1 second that this is going to change overnight, nope. It's not going to change overnight. If you think for 1 second that the majority of the racist white supremacists in the dominant society, they don't give a fuck about this shit. That's why everybody marching, right, with us. But a lot of these white folks that's marching with us, they going to go back to their suburbs and their generational wealth and their white privilege, and they're going to have the possession of white fragility. And with their white privilege, they're not going to use that white privilege to benefit black people for the most part. So why black folks getting all excited because you got a few white folks in there that's sprinkled in there that's pretending like they down for the cause. That's fine. Why don't you tell them to take those masks off so we can see who they are? And let's see if they're going to be doing this shit when the protest is all said and done. How you going to make the change? Are you going to use your white privilege to stop other white people from oppressing black people at the corporate plantations, at the credit bureaus, at these banks when it's time to get loans and business loans? Is that how you're going to use your privilege? Or are you just going to use your privilege on social media, and then when it comes time for the real stance, you're not around? See, there are no John Browns. There are no Keith Forsyth. You know who Keith Forsyth is? He's one of the white folk, dominant society, who was protesting in the 60s. And he was in this book called The Burglary. Him and his friends, white friends, they broke into the FBI building in Pennsylvania, got the files of J. Edgar Hoover, a white supremacist. They retreated to this cabin that was all in the woods that one of them owned. I can't remember. I just remember Keith Forsyth because he was the one who picked the lock to get into the FBI building. And when they got all these files from J. Edgar Hoover, they thought they were going to get files about the war. Well, the files that they got was called the COINTELPRO, the counterintelligence program, that was written. Architect was J. Edgar Hoover, and it was about seeking to destroy the next black messiah and how they were going to harass black people and be at every corner on black people. And what they did was they got the copies of this shit, made copies, and sent it to every newspaper outlet in the United States of America. And that's how COINTELPRO was put out there. And their inspiration was Daniel Ellsberg with was it either the Panama Papers or I forgot what the name of that book is. But he was their inspiration. What's your inspiration, white folk? Because those white folk, the John Browns, the Keith Forsyth, motherfuckers like, nah, fuck that. We putting this shit out there. They treating black people all fucked up. And that's fucked up. And they didn't have to do that. But they put it out. All the other shit, they just let the side. They put out all the shit about the black people that J. Edgar Hoover was trying to do. Where are those white folk at? Where are those dominant society people at? That's what I'm interested to see. Where's Tim Wise at, black folk? Where is he? See? And then what's so funny is, follow me at Warren Like These Though, WarrenLikedezdo. That's me on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. There's interesting conversations on Twitter, and one of the main things that I tweeted, which I didn't think it was going, I just tweeted it, thought I was having this conversation. She was talking about this black celeb named B. Simone. Nice sister, but the sister was praying and buck dancing and cooning like a lot of black celebs do, and I just spoke from my education, and I said a lot of these black celebs will buck dance and coon and sambo when it comes to the dominant society, but when it comes to black folks, they'll joke and play and do all that stuff. But when it's time to take that aggression towards white folk, they talk about let's pray. That's sambo, mammy, coon, tell them about the gun line, Steven from Django ass, Hayward Shepherd motherfuckers. And that's why I don't put my trust and I don't put any type of faith into a black celeb. That's why you got people like Lil Wayne talking about, oh, well, you know, we can't put it all on the police. Nigga, what? They put it all on black folk? What do you mean? Why is it when it's time to call they asses out, motherfucker, get the tap dancing and, amazing grace. That bullshit. Nigga always got to be singing some Herman Cain shit. Go look up Herman Cain singing Amazing Grace. They always want a nigga singing some type of Negro spiritual. But when you call upon the spirit of Jean-Jacques Dessalines, they don't want to talk about Jean-Jacques Dessalines. Dessalines like, kill all them motherfuckers. Fuck them. Say no God. Your God is empty. Your God is not pure. As the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan calls it, that gutter dirty religion. How the fuck you gonna do that in the name of Jesus Christ and just be killing niggas and then go to church on Sunday? These are things that we need to be mindful of and understand and hold these people accountable. And not just think for a second, not just think that, oh, well, you know, just like I was watching this thing and I'm gonna play it right now, how these people, they rallying behind this Michigan police officer because he made his little speech, and I'm about to play it right now. Let me pause this. Let's pause this music. Let's play this shit right now. This is the Michigan, whatever.
We're here to make sure that you got a voice. That's it. That's it. There we go. Don't think for a second that he represents who these cops are from all over the county and around this nation.
Well, if he doesn't represent these cops from all around the county and all of the United States of America, then why do you guys continue to be on code? See, that's where my black folk, we got to stop cheering motherfuckers on because they show a little bit of interest in black folk. We want to invite them to the cookout. We want to invite them over for the barbecue. We want to invite them to the skating ring. We want to invite them to the dance, step, and show. Just because they can pop lock a little bit, oh, they one of us. No, they are not. Stop thinking that shit. Because when this is all said and done, the policies and laws that have been written by Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, slave owner, white supremacist, George Washington, slave owner, white supremacist. Oh, and Francis Scott Keys, the motherfucker that we sing the Star Spangled Banner for, white supremacist and slave owner. These laws were written and put in place to keep us behind the line. So when you're dealing with somebody that is enforcing that line, just because they know how to talk your lingo does not mean that they are for you. So they don't hand clap. The first thing somebody should say, okay, well, they call out all these racist police right now. Because I know some racist police that's on your force that don't like black people. So call them out. Since you really for us.
We go out there to help people, not do that nonsense.
There we go.
I want to tell you, where's my man? Right there. Where's the gentleman?
Oh, I think he took off.
Okay, yeah, my man.
He took off.
See? Oh, we don't do that nonsense. And my thing is this. I don't think for 1 second that this white man won't turn on no niggas on a dime for some Black Lives Matter shit. Stop that, man. Stop thinking that these people for you because they can make a speech.
I'm just going to tell you, we want to be with y'all for real. So I took my helmet off and laid the batons down. I want to make this a parade, not a protest. You got little ones here, you got dogs, so What's up? So listen, I'm just telling you, these cops love you. That cop over there hugs people, so you tell us what you need to do.
You see, that cop over there hugs people. Fuck a hug. Call out all those other racist white supremacists that's on your force. Don't tell me every white person that's on that force love black people. Trust and believe you me, I don't believe that for one goddamn second. So stop it with the bullshit. But since they know the cameras are on them, they're going to take a knee. Now, where are all you motherfuckers that's talking all that shit about Colin Kaepernick? Oh, he's disrespecting the forces, and he's disrespecting they took a protest about Black Lives Mattering and turned it into you're offending the Army and the Navy. You see how they can alligator roll you into some other shit? Now look at him. Oh, no, we care. That police, he gives hugs. And, hey, we for y'all. We not with all that nonsense. Man, stop it. Go watch the documentary on Flint Town on Netflix. That'll tell you all you need to know about how those white cops feel about niggas. Because it was a white cop on there bragging about killing a black person. It was a white cop literally like, well, I'm glad that this Black Lives Matter wasn't going around when I shot and killed a black man. Because I probably wouldn't have my job. That's what the motherfucker said. So go watch it. And you see, that documentary was made in 2018. So stop that shit talking about, oh, he gives hugs and all this other shit. And just look at how they cheering them on. Walk with us. Walk with us. See, this is the thing. This is why we need to get the compensatory counter-racist code of ethics by Neely Fuller Jr. See, these white folks, they'll walk with you. They'll play with you. They'll kick with you. But when it's all said and done, they are going to protect what matters most. That is their white privilege and being on code with other white people. So don't think for 1 second that they are for you, because they are not. See?
Let's walk.
See? Let's walk. See, that's acting. That's just, to me, it kind of reminds me of that Amy Cooper bitch talking about, if you don't take that camera out of my face, I'm going to call the police, and I'm going to say an African-American man is threatening me. He's like, go ahead, do it. Is this police? There's an African-American man. Somebody said action. And that bitch need to be in Hollywood and not be in Central Park. Now you see all this cheering, all this other shit. Stop it. That's some bullshit. And if you watch the video, you got black people hugging them and all that. That's fine. I'm not saying don't be peaceful. But what I'm saying is hold these people accountable, black folk. Come on, my native black people. Say, okay, that's fine. We understand what you're saying, but call out these other racist white people that's on the force. I know all these white people do not like black people. That's bullshit. So call them out. Call them out and denounce them in front of us. But we will cheer them on. Listen to that. See, and that's because the cameras are on these people. I want to know what you're saying when the camera's not on. What are you saying then? What are you saying then? So see, riots are the voice of the unheard. And what happened was that white cop didn't think killing George Floyd was going to be nothing but a good old boy killing, and he was going to get rewarded, and they was going to suspend him and justify the killing. He's going to go on about his life. See, he didn't know that killing was going to cause so much turmoil. But what I don't like is other racial groups are piggybacking off of our struggle and looting and rioting and acting like they're there for George Floyd when really they're there for unearned benefits. Again, you see how people piggyback off of our issues? Look at all those white folks spray paint. I was watching in downtown Las Vegas. This Latino brother was writing. He had a Mexican flag. It was writing on this shit, and then told a bitch, fuck you, bitch. Black Lives Matter. See, that's a misrepresentation of what the protests are about. And that's what I don't like. These other racial groups piggybacking and trying to be in alignment with what we are doing. This is just like when Emmett Till got killed. When Fred Hampton got assassinated. Let me tell you something. Fred Hampton was assassinated by the FBI and the Chicago PD and was infiltrated by a coon. So what does that tell you? And guess who was the leader of the FBI? Yours truly, J. Edgar Hoover. So with that being said, these are the same people that are instituting and maintaining these laws. Hey, what's going on, Tasha? What's up, Shawnee? Hey, how's it out there in Philly, Shawnee? Because I know they out there getting busy. Man, if I wasn't so goddamn tired, I would have went out there. I'm tired, man. You know, some of us, man, we got to go, and I get it. For the people that ain't got to go handle your business. But for the people that, because what I would like to have done was go out there and get interviews. Like I watched this one thing on Twitter. I'm telling you, get on Twitter. That's where that's where it goes down. Instagram, what I don't like about Instagram, I made a comment about Sambo and Coon. They immediately, oh, nope, you can't make that comment. Nope. Your comment, that's offensive, can't be removed. It's like, that's what I do kind of like about Twitter. If you word it a certain way, they don't really say too much, as long as you ain't trying to kill nobody. But that's why I want my black folk to create our own Twitter, our own Instagram. Fuck them. That's why I don't be on Instagram that much. And I went live on it last night because I just was like, man, I'm so tired. All right, let me go live. But what people don't really understand is this shit is not a game. It's a game to other racial groups. But to us, it's real life. But the thing that it is I don't care how many black people go on TV and explain to these white folk what we go through. They don't give a fuck because they know what we go through. They just don't care. That's the thing that you need to realize, black folk. They don't care. And if you go get Powernomics, like I said, I thank God for Dr. Claude Anderson. That's where my tweet came from, Powernomics. When people are like, well, what is a native black? I said, oh, well, you need to go read Black Labor, White Wealth. That's where I got these terms from. I didn't just make this shit up out of thin air. I got native black from Dr. Claude Anderson. Shit, motherfuckers like, damn, I gotta go get that book. Go get the book. Go get Black Labor, White Wealth. That should be your Bible. That and Powernomics. And Dr. Frances Welsing's The ISIS Papers, Keys to Color. Like I said on the last podcast, you know what they'll do? This is what they'll do. When you start talking about genetic annihilation, I talked about genetic annihilation on Twitter, and motherfucker said, oh, well, black people voted for Planned Parenthood. I said, do you know the history of Planned Parenthood and Margaret Sanger? Have you read The Negro Project? And it details what Margaret Sanger's whole plan was for black people? To genetically annihilate us and exterminate us because we were useless eaters and weeds that needed to be exterminated? Have you read that book? Then when I started talking about the books, motherfucker be like, oh, you're stupid. Oh, you're mental. Black people weren't here first. Did you read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima? And now Christopher Columbus, a.k.a. Cristobal Colon, lied to the Spanish crown, used the Moors to get over to the Americas because he got lost when he tried to go sail. First of all, he didn't even make the boats. The Moors made the boats for him. Then when he got over there, he was like, what the fuck are these niggas doing here? Then he called them Indians because he was trying to go to India. But I digress. And when you say, go read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, my motherfuckers say you crazy, you mental. And you know what I do? I retweet and do the fingers pointing down and say, this is a suspected white supremacist, and let's be mindful of these white supremacists that try to deflect and use white fragility and deflect their problems, up on us and try to deflect from the main issues of racism and white supremacy. And I have the fingers pointing down. Ooh, they be so hot at me. All they do is just call me names. Oh, you're dumb. Oh, you're this. You're mental. Because you know what they want me to do? Fuck you, nigga. Well, that's what they want you to do. Nah, I'll do that on here. No. But on Twitter, no, I know how to reel it back in and use my words and my thoughts wisely without cussing and calling you names. See, that's more intellectual, and that's what they don't like. See, they want you to be all upset and emotional and get on camera and cry and buck dance and coon. That's why I don't understand why us native black people, and even not even native blacks, why do we put our trust and faith in black celebrities? They don't give a fuck about what you got going on. They're trying to protect their interests with the dominant society. So they're going to be very, very strategic on what they say and how they go about commenting on the rights and how they go about anything that they do. They're going to be very mindful of that. They're not, and I repeat, they are not going to just go out of their way to make comments that are contrarian to the dominant society's beliefs. That's just not how it goes. And I'm telling you, this shit is not going to change. We have to make it change, not nobody else. We have to make it change. We got to be the the product of the change. And if we're not the product of the change, then it just ain't gonna happen. And the reason why I say that is because I look at it like this. Change is constant. So you can march, whine, repeat, and you can do that, and that's fine. But you better think about what the fuck is gonna happen down the line. Because after this is all said and done, a lot of niggas gonna have to go back to trying to go get a job with the dominant society. That's one. So are they going to oppress you? Are they gonna make it where you can't get that job because you protested or you're about Black Lives Matter? We have to be mindful of all that. All these black celebrities that sitting up here telling niggas like Lakeisha Bottoms, telling motherfuckers, oh, y'all burning down the city and, how dare y'all want to make the change vote. Bitch, vote for what? The fuck is you talking about? So vote for the lesser of the two evils. That is the motherfucker that needs to be discarded, cast out, and set aside. Why would you convince your people to walk into a house you know is burning and about to fall to the ground? But man, just go in there though, because that's the only way you gonna change. Nah. If my choice is between Joe Biden, the architect of the goddamn 94 crime bill, Mr. If you don't vote for him, you ain't black, and then Donald Trump, if they loot, we shoot. They get to looting, we get to shooting. So that's the lesser of the two evils, then I just won't vote for nobody. Why would you tell people, well, if you want to change, then y'all better go vote? Man, get the fuck out of here. Well, go ask Al Gore from 2000 if voting counts. Go ask him. That motherfucker went out and started talking about global warming and shit. Like, all right, look, you're not the one. We already got the one picked. It's him, not you. Go talk about some other shit, motherfucker. And matter of fact, we don't ever want to see you again. So don't try to run for no office. Don't try to do shit. Go write a book. And that's exactly what he did. And you never saw him again. Look at John Kerry. You never saw him again. All these people, you just don't see them anymore. That's because they're running out of solutions and ideas. That's why we were going back and forth on a positive note about Nancy Reagan. Just say no, bitch, fuck you. You and the CIA was bringing crack cocaine from over the sea to fund the Contras, to fund that war, because y'all wanted to win. Y'all wanted them to win the shit. So you use drugs, put it in the street, had niggas infested the neighborhoods with drugs off the backs of niggas, right? Then you use that money to fund Contras. And then you got this bitch talking about just say no. But her CIA buddies and her husband, the actor with Alzheimer's, was complicit in having this whole drug ring with Oliver North that Gary Webb exposed. And then all of a sudden, Gary Webb shoots himself twice in the head. Man, get the fuck out of here. Y'all must be out y'all motherfucking mind if y'all thinking that this shit is not by design. This is strategic. Because they know the fickle crowd. See, they know, okay, you guys want to protest, burn up shit, go ahead. That's okay. You're going to give us enough time to bring the National Guard in, and once we bring the National Guard, we're just going to start martial law and just shooting motherfuckers. That's one. Then two, you know what? We're going to board up everything. We will gentrify the neighborhood, so all you niggas that's out here protesting, y'all won't be able to afford to live here anymore. Oh, okay, Black Lives Matter? Fine, we'll gentrify this neighborhood. Y'all get the fuck out of here. And a lot of your white counterparts that's marching with you, they're going to be living in your apartment. And you're going to be living somewhere else. Go to Brooklyn and New York. And go try to get you a brownstone. Go to LA. Motherfuckers talking about this person got money, that person got money. You know if you got real money if you live in New York, the Bay Area, or LA. If you live in those three cities and you living comfortable, then you got a little bit of money. But for the most part, ain't nobody got, especially ain't no niggas got no money. And if they do got money, they are tap dancing, samboing, buck dancing, and cooning, and Steven from Django the whole goddamn time to make sure they maintain what they got. They on some Terry Crews shit. Oh, well, I see no racism at the job. Because, she would have put up with it. Because that nigga trying to keep his job. Because his money and his bills are at Hollywood status now. See, the objectivity of the game is when you go to court plantation, they pay you, you keep your bills 10% lower than what they paying you. So if they decide to try to do some shiesty shit, you good for a while. But we don't know how to maintain that financial stability because we too busy watching people like Lil Wayne and all these other motherfuckers. And Lil Wayne could be your hero. Yeah, he done fucked all the bitches. And he got a whole bunch of babies by a bunch of bitches. And then the nigga was on TV crying because he ain't got no money. And having contract disputes with baby. See what happened when you just out there just fucking and drinking and high the whole time, don't even know what the fuck going on with your money. See, that's financial instability. And then you got Killer Mike, and I got love for Killer Mike. But it's like, man, Killer Mike, you on TV crying and talking about your family or police, and you know, I get it, but it's like, man, these are young folks. They don't want to hear that shit. Right now, it's black and white with these young black people. Nigga, you with us or you not? Like Steven Jackson said, I'm tired of being a nice guy, and I'm tired of, I'm tired of being a bigger person. I'm tired of looking at white kids with their privilege. That's why Steven Jackson checked this motherfucker in the NBA. I got his name. He gonna say, oh, well, hopefully the police stay straight. He said, man, you go shut the fuck up. Well, sit your privileged ass down and shut the fuck up. Motherfucker. Stop it. You got so many Sambos and coons playing the bullshit games. It's ridiculous. You know, the thing that I'm learning the whole time is, I think in my honest opinion, I really do. I think that we, for some sort of reason, we are waiting for white people to feel something so they can be like, all right, enough is enough. They'll never do that. You gotta take it back. As I'm telling you, go talk to a Haitian about the Haitian Revolution. They're gonna tell you they took that shit. They didn't just sit up there and be like, oh, Lord Jesus, would you just change these folks' mind? Let's pray. No, they had to take it back. And taking it back, that meant going for what you know. You know, I look at it like this. This is what I look at too. I look at it like this. You won't know that it's changed until Native blacks just straight take it over. But if you thinking that racism and white supremacy is gonna change by praying and buck dancing and cooning and doing all this fuckery, bullshit, and entertaining all this other shit, that is not going to change the system of racism and white supremacy. You got to take it back. How do you think the dominant society took over this great nation? They didn't take it by being nice to black folk and, oh, okay, we'll be right with y'all. No, they were deceitful, gully, evil, spiteful, satanic in their thinking. That's how they took over this fucking great nation. And then they ruled with an iron fist to, I would say, oppress, mentally break down and destroy black people and keep us in bondage for over 400 years. That's what they did. So, with that being said, why does black people think that praying to the Jesus Christ, that Cesare Borgia, is going to change the system of racism and white supremacy? It's not going to change that. That's never going to change. We have to take it back. Literally, we have to take it back, which means all of our black, native black buddies and brothers and sisters on the police force and in the army, y'all would have to turn on your other racial groups and say y'all either with us or y'all against us. You got to be like Harriet Tubman. But a lot of us don't want to do that because we don't want to miss out on being friends with the dominant society. That's real. You know, I look at it like this. You're not going to understand racism and white supremacy until you start to study and read and know what the fuck is going on. Because as Nelly Fuller Jr. teaches us, if you don't understand racism and white supremacy, everything else will confuse you, and that's real. That's why they can take you on the alligator roll or put up he bitches on TV that's supposed to be a woman but really a man with dick and balls, and then that's the representative of all black people. And this is no diss to my LGBTQ brothers and sisters. This is not no diss to y'all, but I just don't like how they will always prop up that type of figure to represent black folk, but they won't put nobody like a Brother Reza Islam or Umar Johnson or Tariq Nasheed. They don't put them up on TV and let them speak on behalf of us. They'll put a Puff Daddy or they'll put a T.I. They'll put somebody that's, you may think is informed, but really not informed. Because if they're informed, then they would understand that, hey, in these times, in these days, you're either going to call out racism, white supremacy, and say, hey, man, what is going on right now is unjustified, and those cops need to be tried for murder and convicted and sentenced to the death penalty. That's what you should be doing. But most people don't think that way. You know what most people think? Most people think, oh, man, we just got to pray, and it'll go on. And once we pray, you know what I'm saying? You know, we pray it away, and we going to march with them, and we going to march together. Bernie Sanders marched with Dr. King, but he voted against reparations for black people and for reparations for the Jewish community. Remember that. That's what I'm saying, man. You got to understand that shit. But people, I would guess for the most part, black people know what they marching for. They know what they protesting for. But, man, y'all got to be very cautious about these white supremacists, agent provocateurs that's out there busting up shit, breaking out shit. I don't like that Latino brother was spray painted on the wall and told the bitch, fuck you, bitch, Black Lives Matter. And it's like, wait, hold on, man. And nobody checked him. Nobody was like, bro, what you doing? Like, nah, man, it ain't about that. Oh, Philly is on fire? Here, let me look. I'm gonna go on Twitter right now and see. I'm talking to somebody in the chat. Wow. See, they tried to do that shit out here in Vegas, but you know, look, Vegas is struggling as it is, so they didn't want a whole bunch of niggas in Vegas. They talking about, I guess Long Beach is on fire too. Yep. Salt Lake here in Long Beach. I guess they was tripping in Salt Lake City too. Long Beach PD. See, I'm looking on Twitter right now. I just go to Twitter, and Twitter will give you the trending topics and shit like that. Oh, yeah, but they got B. Simone. B. Simone, they was eating her ass up. Man, be safe out there, Shawnee, man. But you know what, though? You safe because you black. That's the one thing I know about my people. They not going to fuck with no other black people unless black people are getting in the way of what the fuck is going on. But I seen a black lady take off on this white boy because he gonna say, well, I'm definitely not protesting for George Floyd. She chased that motherfucker down and swung on his ass. And that's what needs to happen. Just like that brother was walking around, that white boy was walking around with a sword thinking he was gonna cut niggas up, and they fucked his ass up. See, that's what's going on. I'm just interested to see where they gonna protest tonight. So be safe out there. And I wouldn't, my thing is, what are we gonna do when this is all said and done? That's what I'm waiting on. What is the next move? Because if this is chess, okay, they killed George. Okay, now we gonna tear up some shit. Fine. What are we doing next? Because while we tearing up shit, Derek Chauvin, whatever his fucking name is, he just chilling. Just like Nipsey Hussle's killer. Ain't nobody hurt. Nobody's talking about Eric Holder, huh? Nipsey Hussle's killer. What happened to him? Who was probably paid by the dominant society to assassinate Nip? They ain't talking about Eric Holder no more, huh? And that's how they gonna do Derek Chauvin. Watch. When this is all said and done, they want you to, go ahead and do that. Alligator roll. Distraction. Go ahead and do that. And while they doing that, don't be surprised they let that motherfucker off and lower his charges, and they gonna keep lessening his charges while we out here being distracted and letting agent provocateurs loot, destroy property, steal, deface property in the name of Black Lives Matter. Stop that. Those are white folks out there being agent provocateurs. Them motherfuckers don't give a fuck about no Black Lives Matter. Don't let these people fool you. Look, let me tell you something. That's how all of our organizations have been done. They've been infiltrated by the dominant society. Look, let me read this. Hey, look, let me read this. Shout out to Shawnee Brown, man. I'm home. I'm home now. I'm safe because I wish a motherfucker would. I would die for my family. I don't think they want that type of shit. That's a fact. Hey, Wibble about him and the case yesterday. Whoopo asked about him and the case. What case yesterday? But I'll tell you this. They ain't gonna mess with you, Shawnee. They ain't gonna, look, black people, for once in their life, are safe. For just this fraction of a second, they safe. If you got up and walked down the street, nothing ain't gonna happen to you. Because for once, black people are starting to learn what a code is. They're starting to see, like, damn, they really don't fuck with us. First, Ahmaud Arbery, then Breonna Taylor, and now motherfucking George Floyd right in our face, back to back. I Can't Breathe, like Eric Gardner, all over again. Now niggas is starting to be like, it's almost kind of like, man, nigga, what? Wait, what you say? That's why I said I'm calling all my Crips, all my Bloods, all my 6-0s. Where y'all at? We need y'all right now. It's getting hard on the yard right now. We need my A-Trays, my 6-0s. Where all my LA gangs at? It's time to protect and serve our people now. Y'all gotta click up and come together and be like, you know what? Our shit gotta be on pause forever. Cause they out here killing us, my nigga, and we can't have that shit. We gotta fuck up one of these motherfuckers. They put their knee on one of the homies' neck. Nah, fuck that. That's how it's supposed to be. When everybody is on code for a specific reason. If you establish a code, everything else will be civilized. But we gotta establish a code. That's why motherfuckers gotta start checking these white agent provocateurs who are amongst us, pretending like all lives matter and tearing up property and defacing property and stealing and looting. And I seen one white woman carrying out a cheesecake. I mean, literally just walking it out. Just carrying it out. Not trying to fuck it up or nothing. She didn't take the cheesecake, throw it at nobody, just took the cheesecake. Well, I'm about to take this home and eat me a free cheesecake. This is what motherfuckers are doing. And we sitting up here cheering on a goddamn Michigan cop because, you know, he wants to walk with us. So we gonna cheer him on, man. Fuck all that cheering a motherfucker on. Stop it. And I don't know why people, we wait for Donald Trump. Donald Trump don't give a fuck about no niggas. And neither does Barry Soto. Whatever the fuck his real name is. Motherfucker changed his name on purpose to sound more ethic, and he ain't gonna talk about none of the bullshit. Go listen to Judge Joe Brown talk about Barack Obama. He breaks that nigga down. How his dad was his stepdad was a wealthy man who gave him a trust, and a lot of the interest and funds were funded into BP oil. Remember he saved BP oil? Right. Man, get the fuck out of here. Obama got plenty of dough. And let me tell you something. He don't give a fuck about no niggas. That's why he ain't saying shit. That's why he don't care. Long as his 2 children are safe. But they'll come amongst y'all and, oh, you can do this and all that stuff. Man, bitch, fuck you. Fuck them all. And stop expecting these black celebrities to have something to say. Oh, Whoopi Goldberg interview? Wait, yeah. What did Whoopi Goldberg say? Whatever that snitch name is that killed Nick. Oh yeah, Eric Holder. What did Whoopi Goldberg say? Ask a black cop to pick a side. See what they say. Man, those black cops gonna pick white people all day long. First of all, if y'all listen to Killer Mike and T.I., that's all y'all should say. I got love for T.I. and the duplicitous and possibilities and expeditiously, and you can use all of those great words, my brother, but when they put the mic in your face, you talk about this is Wakanda. Nigga, what? Come on, man. No, my son, we call him Whoopo, because he would get whoopings early before he could walk. It was bad. Oh yeah, we talk about my nephew. His name is Whoopo, but what did Whoopi say? Oh man. See, that's another thing too. Y'all have to remember, our sister Monique called out Whoopi Goldberg too. She said, I don't take advice from a lady whose husband dressed up in blackface. Monique was hitting niggas with hot lava. She was hitting them with Mike Tyson's. Monique was on some Mike Tyson's punch out. She would, see what happened what Monique was just ahead of her time. she was calling out the people way before we could even see the suspect. See, because she was around these people, so she knew how they were. So that's why she was calling them out, just like right now. When you're around the dominant society enough, it's not hard for you to call out a lot of their indiscretions and how they treat you. That's why I often say, I went on my live, and on my live I said, for all you people, if y'all white lives really matter and all this other shit, then why don't y'all call out these people that on the corporate plantations that go out of their way to treat black people like shit? Thank you. Thank you. And let me tell you this. Remember I did that podcast when I was at the Caesar's Palace and I met this black cop. He was cool black brother. And he told me, he was like, nah, man, I don't fuck with these white people. He's like, I don't like riding with them because they scared of black people. They go on their way to be aggressive. And I done got into it with, and I know he wasn't lying. I know he wasn't lying. And you like, well, Warren, how you know? Okay, because first of all, when he saw me, I started laughing at him. And he started laughing. When do y'all ever know for a black cop to come out of their composure when they see us? Normally black cops, they try to have this posterior around us. So this brother, real cool brother, and I noticed he had his beard, and that's when really I was laughing. And I just was laughing, and he was laughing too, and he was like, man, what's going on, big dog? And he didn't just give me a fist pump, he gave me a hug, like, man, what's going on? I was like, man, I see they got you in here with all these white people. And he was like, man, tell me about it. And he was like, yeah, the person that got me in there, I sent him somewhere else, man. Like, I can hold this down by myself. So I was in there chopping it up with him probably about 45 minutes. And he was telling me all the racist bullshit and all the shit on the Metro. And he was like, how the white cops interact with black people. He's like, but then when black people see me, it's a whole different energy. He was like, when they see me and they see that I'm calm and I'm not tripping, they don't be tripping with me. He's like, but it's the white people that they go out of their way to be aggressive towards black folk. He's like, that's why I don't like riding with people and I gotta ride solo. He's like, and I gotta pay my bills too. He's like, but nah, nigga, I do not go around. And we were talking like this. It's like, no, my nigga, I do not go around going on my way to fuck with niggas. I don't do that. That's not what I do. He's like, nah. He was like, how I'm talking to you right now? He's like, that's how I always am. He was like, it just surprises people because I get a different response from my people because I don't act like that with them. Man, that nigga was cool as a motherfucker. If I could have, I would have interviewed him. I don't want to blow up his spot, and I don't want to do that. But if one day I'm going to see him again because that brother was cool as a motherfucker. And let me tell you something. It's a lot of black cops that's like, fuck. I'm thinking I'm about to protect and serve and help my people and help my community. And then they partner me up with these fucking white people. And these white people are trying to go out of their way to treat my fucking people like shit. And if I check their ass, they go run and tell the boss. I know that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? But I would say this. After watching Flint Town, those black police officers was on cold. They was not treating niggas fucked up. But I know they checked the shit out of them Indian motherfuckers with that bullshit goddamn liquor store. That black cop checked the shit out of him. Man, I'm telling you, being in our neighborhood selling this bullshit to my people, I'm gonna have you shut down. So yeah, man, it bees like that sometimes. I just think that I look at black cops like I look at us at the corporate plantation. And you like, what do you mean, Warren? Let's look at it. We're at the corporate plantation, right? Right. You're not just going to wake up one day, go to the corporate plantation, start calling out all kinds of dominant society people because you're in fear of losing your paycheck to take care of your family. So you have to move within that system and know how to navigate within it. And you have to understand this, that I think you have to understand for the most part that it is by design that they're in charge. So you got to understand, you have to help the people that are around you. That's why I had that conversation, Shani, about our people that move up within the corporate system. They have their paperwork, their degree, and they move up and then they pull along the black people. That's what the design is for. To open the door, not get in the door and then close it behind you because you don't want nobody coming behind you. It's a lot of niggas like that, man. Like I told you, I worked with a nigga that had the nerve to try to tell me I need to go sell cars and shit. And I didn't have no future at this particular corporate plantation job. But just looking at him and looking at how he acted, I was like, oh, well, this is a Sambo. So it didn't bother me. And then when he found out I owned the property, then the motherfucker started backpedaling and trying to make up reasons to talk to me and give me excuses of why he doesn't own the property and all this other shit. And I was just laughing at the nigga because I was like, look, bro, it ain't that deep. You were just judging the book by its cover. It's almost like this cover on this book. Behold the pale horse. Now that cover. Now when you look at that cover, the looks can be deceiving. You could be like, damn, that looked like a crazy book. Because I've had a dominant society motherfucker tell me, wow, that book looks interesting. I bet you my 12-year-old son would like it. I laughed at that motherfucker and said, yeah, neither you or your 12-year-old son would grasp the concepts in this book. And I just laughed at him. And he got so pissed off because he knew I was right. Then he went to ask me what it's about. And I said, why? You wouldn't understand it anyway. And what I've come to learn is, I think it's a threat to the white society, the dominant society, when black people try to educate themselves. And they want to read. And they want to do the necessary things that they need to do to educate themselves. You know, I think from my perspective, after this is all said and done, we need to understand what we are going to do. We need to understand where we going to go and how we going to handle business. We don't need to be sitting up there cheering on no cop because he want to protest with us. No, get that same cop and be like, hey, this white police officer pulled me over, searched my car, and beat the fuck out of me for no reason. So what you gonna do to him, Mr. Sheriff? That's what we need to do, right? Make a tunnel for our people to walk through. Thank you, man. If we can just do what's necessary for our people, I think we would, in my personal opinion, I think we can progress and move forward. Because if you notice, when it was time to go downtown in the Beverly Hills in LA, the motherfucking police was out there today, standing guard. See, they gonna let you burn up the shit in your neighborhood, but go, that's like niggas out here trying to protest and go to Summerlin. Well, they gonna stop you at about Lake Mead and Buffalo and be like, all right, nigga, now you can turn that bullshit around. Because you're not coming up here and tearing up this shit. When you get to Charleston and Buffalo, you're like, all right, nigga, turn that shit around. You're not going up to the Red Rock Casino with the bullshit. Fuck that. You're not tearing up our shit. We got to understand what it is. Know what the fuck is going on. Okay, see, that's what I said. Damn, motherfucker went to church. Damn, did he come back? No, he didn't come back. Because y'all two, that's the difference between the Haitians and us. The Haitians had their own prayer. The Haitians didn't pray to no Cesare goddamn Borgia. That's what the problem is. Here, I'm about to look it up. I think it's Ogun's prayer, if I'm not mistaken. Because I'm going to get that. I want to get that on a shirt. Let's see. I'm about to look this up. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Prayer to Ogun clear. Let's see. Pray to Ogun clear obstacle. Oh, this is some bullshit. Fuck out of here. Motherfuckers always, I forgot what the prayer was. Let's see. Yoruba, praise poem from Nigeria. Ogun is the god of iron and metallurgy. He is pictured as a blacksmith, but besides that, and just to kind of tell you what it is, let's see. Ogun kills on the right, destroys on the right. Ogun kills on the left, destroys on the left. What is that prayer? It's a prayer that the Haitians prayed to, and it was, God, what was that prayer? I'm gonna look that shit up. I don't know. I know it's a dope ass prayer though. me see. Because I'm telling you, that's what we need to, let me see. Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But yeah, I'm gonna find that shit. And if you can find it, find that Haitian prayer. That because I think they pray to Ogun. And it's a prayer that they had. And the prayer is so cold. Like, it's so cold how they were like, nah, we don't pray to the white God. We pray to the one true black God who does not agree with the white God killing us and oppressing us. So we need to take the power back and kill all these white people. And boy, I'm telling you, that's what we need to do. I'm telling you, man, when y'all watch on TV and you watch the riots and watch the news, be mindful of what they're putting in front of you. Have an understanding. Look at all the Caucasians and dominant society people breaking windows and breaking car doors and doing all kinds of fuck shit in the name of Black Lives Matter, piggybacking off of it. And then when you watch the news, they talking about black niggas is out here looting. You see how they gonna change the narrative? They're gonna keep changing that narrative because they want you to forget about George Floyd. They want you to forget about Ahmaud Arbery, forget about Breonna Taylor, forget about Eric Gardner, forget about Trayvon, Alton Sterling, Mike Brown, Walter Scott, Sandra Bland, Philando Castile, Oscar Grant, Freddie Gray. They want you to forget about these people, and what they want you to do is act a fool. And I'm not saying act a fool like protest and riot. No, I'm talking about act a fool like get off the topic. No, stay on topic. You got to stay on those points. Because if you don't stay on those points, they're going to alligator roll you and finesse you out of some shit. Then you're going to be thinking that you fine for some whole other shit. Motherfucker be like, well, why does Black Lives Matter? Because they killing innocent black people. Say, no, Black Lives Matter because Derek Chauvin had his knee in George Floyd's neck for 10 minutes with a smirk on his face. So he didn't give a fuck about no niggas, and I think he did it on purpose. Because he knew nobody gonna do nothing. These are the things that we have to be mindful of and understand and have some type of understanding of being on code. Have a code of conduct. But a lot of it is reading. If you go on Twitter and you just look at the conversation, when you start spitting facts, boy, these dominant society motherfuckers get pissed. Especially when I start talking my native black shit. And then, of course, I have a few black people like, what is a native black? I'm like, a native black is an indigenous aboriginal to this landmass. Well, what about the Native Americans? Well, we are the Native Americans. The Native Americans are Moors. What do you mean? And they're like, well, and then you could tell what the white people said. Nah. If you read They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima, Christopher Columbus clearly states that there were people already here. So if there were people already here and we ruled the sea, then who the fuck else was over there in that country? And how did the Moors know how to get from Spain to the Americas? So with that being said, that should tell you right there, who's building the boats? The Moors. Come on now. So we got to understand, we have to have some type of an understanding. If we don't have some type of understanding, then as the Bible was saying, all that get an understanding. So I'm going to have you get up to speed and understand, comprehend what's going on around you. Just comprehend it, because I'm telling you, this too will come to an end. And when it does come to an end, where will black people go from there? We just gonna riot and protest, and then after a week or two, okay, it's over with. What's gonna become of this? What are we gonna do? What are we asking our white brothers and sisters to do? Tell us what's being said about us when we're not in the room, as Dr. Frederick Welsing teaches us. And what are you gonna do to change the system of racism and white supremacy? That's what I ask any white person. What you plan on doing? Or don't be over here pretending like you protesting with us. And don't protest with us so you get some free shit. That's why the white people want to go to Melrose, because they know it's a whole bunch of shit that they can't afford, and they want to go over there. Then you got celebrities like the motherfucking cast from Love and Hip Hop and all the people on Love and Hip Hop, like, why y'all even giving these people attention? That's the problem. We're giving the wrong people this celebrity status and putting them on pedestals, and then when it comes to the real issues, we're mad because they're dumb. Well, they're dumb because they're misinformed and ain't tried to read no book. Just because they put you on TV don't mean you're knowledgeable about history. And I can use all kinds of possibilities and the expeditious list and all that. That's fine. You can be that Michael Eric Dyson motherfucker, but that doesn't really help us at the end of the day. It just doesn't help. What are you gonna do with that information? Well, Warren, what you doing? Ask my family what I'm doing. If you sat down with them and be like, what your brother be telling me? They'll be like, that motherfucker be telling me get a property, get stock, get bonds, get 401k. I get tired of listening to him talk about it. Be about yourself. Hey, then go put other niggas onto the game. And then once you put other niggas on, you ain't gonna wanna talk about no other shit but that stock and them books you read. And even if a nigga ain't read no book, don't look down on him, because a nigga might wanna, like I was having this conversation with my sister, and she was explaining to somebody about they came before Columbus. That's each one teaching one. Boom, it's done. You did it. No, you didn't look down on them and you need to read the book. Nah, see, I don't do that type of shit. When a motherfucker's genuinely like, well, what's that book about? I'll be like, oh, nah, my nigga, check it out. It's a dope book. It's about woo, 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 woo. They be like, oh, okay, cool, I'm gonna check it out. That's how it goes. Now, guess what? That person could either that could spark their interest or maybe not. But eventually, if it comes up again and they see it, they're gonna be like, oh, I was talking to old girl about woo, woo, woo. And she was saying that. And that's how I go. That's all. And you don't gotta be no motherfucking read 1,000 books to have some knowledge. That's bullshit. All you gotta do is compile what you have observed in your lifetime, and with the little books, match what you have observed in your lifetime with the books that you've read, you good. If you kind of like match them up, like me, when I read Dr. Frances Cress Welsing's book, The ISIS Papers, and she started talking about all these things like the Black Bull and this and the Black Gun, the Great Equalizer, you know, and the circular motion, circular thinking, and which I call circular motion is figure 8. Those things, I started to kind of match it with what the dominant society does and the pool table and all that stuff. When I read Black Labor, White Wealth, and he talks about group economics, and he talks about slavery and 400 and some years of free black labor, I kind of just match that with what I see today. And when you go into these nicer neighborhoods, I'm telling you, I think I'm bullshit. I already got my little gimbal. I'm about to probably just start riding around and be like, man, look at these neighborhoods. Y'all think black people live here? No, black people don't live here. But you let these white people tell it, they worked hard. A motherfucking white person on Twitch try to tell me, well, I worked hard for my stuff. Yeah, off the backs of black labor. You're able to work here and get unearned benefits because of black free labor. It's just they want to dissipate your memory of that and then flood it and upload some new programming into your hard drive of immigrants built the country. So when Lakeisha Bottoms tell me to go vote, I tell that bitch, you out your goddamn mind. Why would I vote for goddamn Joe Biden and he's clearly stated that immigrants built the country? No good goddamn well ain't no goddamn immigrants built this country, and it was native black people. But they want to have you thinking that because there's an overstock of Latinos in this country, so now they want to placate to them and make them feel like they built this country. But if we rewind time, and I'm looking at my imaginary watch, let's just go ahead and rewind time. Not 8 hours, not 10 hours, not 12, not 24, not 2 weeks. Let's rewind 100 years. Let's just go back to the antebellum period. Where were our Latino brothers and sisters at then? They weren't building this country. Matter of fact, let's go back 350 years. Where were you? Exactly. You were nowhere to be found. As we built, constructed, and maintained this country for 400 years. Why George Washington, a white supremacist who owned slaves, Thomas Jefferson, a white supremacist who owned slaves, Madison, all these motherfuckers owned slaves, fucked them, raped them, did whatever they wanted to them. And we just sat there and took it. As the dominant society controlled the patent office and took patent of every black invention that was invented. The stoplight, the iron, Ironing board. Need I go on? These are inventions that's how I know we built the pyramids. Because how the fuck was niggas coming up with these inventions? White people wasn't coming up with them. That's why they got you thinking, well, Henry Ford was responsible for the first automobile. No, he was responsible for the mass production of the automobile, clowns. R.J. Patterson, or J.R. Patterson, I think it's R.J. Patterson, was responsible for the first automobile. Granville T. Woods, go look him up. Nearest Green, go look him up. That's the motherfucker who came up with Jack Daniels. And then the white motherfucker, they set the white motherfucker's name on it and gave it to him. This is what they do. This is not what they say. This is what they do. Because we can look at what they say. Well, they gonna march and whine with you all day. But then they gonna go, I don't know who the fuck this is calling me. But they gonna go back to their neighborhoods. They're gonna go back to their suburbs, back to their generational wealth, and live with their white privilege. And they're gonna feel good about themselves and pat themselves on the back that they march with niggas. Just like Bernie Sanders says about MLK. You notice all dominant society people want to pull out MLK? And then you be like, well, what about that last speech? We talk about we coming for the money. We owe reparations and y'all treat niggas fucked up. Bang, dead. Y'all better wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee because it smells like somebody took a shit in your coffee mug and filled that water up to the brim. Coffee shit. And motherfuckers are still drinking. Shit. You know, white people, they cool, man. These people cool, man. I'm gonna just go here, you know. We just gotta pray, man. Man, nigga, pray for what? Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's why I'm like, man, then you got motherfuckers talking about, you know, and it's no diss, but it's like, God, come on, man, with this Wakanda shit. Disney gave us that narrative. There is no such thing as no goddamn Wakanda. Stop it. And if it ain't no goddamn Atlanta. Come on, man. We gotta wake up. Man, everybody need to be safe. Understand what they dealing with. Understand that this is real times right now. And look around you. I'm just saying, that's why when that Mexican brother wrote on that wall in downtown and told that bitch, fuck you, Black Lives Matter, I'm like, see, now, what are you doing? And why ain't nobody pull his coat and be like, look, don't do that shit out here, bro. Like, you playing with the goddamn protest. Like, that's where we have to learn how to get on code. Because I feel like a lot of people just jumped on it so they can loot. And they can steal. And a lot of people are not doing it for the justice purposes because a lot of people don't even know who George Floyd. A lot of people ain't even read the internet. You know what they did? They looked at their Snapchat, they looked at their Twitter. Okay, we protesting here, we loot, cool. I'll be there. Shit, I'm trying to come up. As that white lady was walking across that camera with a motherfucking cheesecake, making sure ain't nobody tear the cheesecake up. I said, look at this white bitch. But this is the type of situation that we in where niggas feel like, oh, they with us. Are they really with y'all? Or are they just piggybacking off of your struggle? Because a lot of people, I feel like they just all these other racial groups are just piggybacking off our struggle. Then they went downtown, right? And then when they went downtown to Melrose to talk to some of the business owners, they up there sad, crying. It's all this bullshit. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, what you sad about? This was my thing. Well, what are you sad about? Oh, well, I've had this business here in Melrose for such and such years and all this other stuff. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck does that got to do with George Floyd getting killed? I'm reading this thing about Michael Jordan. Let's see what he says. Michael Jordan's been his, okay. Jordan offers strong sentiments about a white police officer killing an unarmed black man. I'm deeply saddened, true pain, and plain angry. I see and feel everyone's pain, outrage, and frustration. Jordan said in a statement the Hornets released Sunday, I stand with those who are calling out the ingrained racism and violence toward people of color in our community. We had enough. Well, I'll unpack that and say this, MJ. When you say people of color, you're including every other racial group. You have to say native blacks, as Dr. Claude Anderson teaches us. We are a special people. We're special people. You know what I mean? And I think we're trying to figure out more why the dominant society don't like us, but I think of more of it's a fear of genetic annihilation, fear of a black planet, fear of us taking over, fear of people being like, well, fuck it. I'd rather just deal with the black people. I want to deal with everybody else. Think about it. If you removed every native black from this country and we went somewhere else, well, first of all, entertainment would be nothing. Nothing. That's the main part. Entertainment would be nothing, and the working class would be nothing. That's a fact. That's why, in my personal opinion, they open the borders and let the borders flood with every other immigrant group so they can kind of replace us and then practice the benign neglect policy at the same time. See, we gotta understand what the fuck this shit is about. The CIA, the FBI, the NSA, the DA and all that. Man, please, these motherfuckers ain't trying to bust nobody. They trying to take the drugs, corrupt them, smoke. These motherfuckers smoking the crack and selling it. And arresting motherfuckers for doing it, just like we. Okay, we gonna put everybody in jail. Guilty, nigga. Everybody go, you got weed? Guilty, nigga. Then these niggas are smoking it. And then years later, oh, we gonna make weed legal. Nigga, what? So then if y'all gonna make it legal, then you guys need to undo all those sentences that y'all gave native black people for weed. Come on, man. But ain't nobody talking about that. Everybody wants to forget Derek Chauvin like he didn't have his knee in that brother's neck for 10 minutes as he was basically begging him for his life, and you didn't give a fuck. So I think he deserves the death penalty. You want to make it right? White folks, y'all want to make it right? End him. That'll make it right. Give him the death penalty. We're going to go through the laws and all the bullshit that y'all want us to go through, then end his life. Make it where he's done. And then other cops will be like, oh shit, they killing motherfuckers for killing niggas? I bet you they'll stop killing niggas. Let it be one white cop that loses his life for going out of his way to kill a black person. That shit will spread like wildfire, where motherfuckers gonna be like, nah, fuck that, we not killing no niggas. You see what they did to the last white boy. You start doing that, then it'll be a different story. But you're not gonna do that. Because you're gonna lower the charges, and so he can do a year in prison. If not, Officer Yanez, the nigga that shot Philando Castilla, he didn't even do no time in prison. He's still walking around there. So why don't y'all go get him too while we at it? So let's bring this motherfucker up too, who shot and killed Philando Castile while his baby was in the ground. He could have killed his daughter. This is what happens when we get pulled over. In Las Vegas, Nevada, y'all can try to act like y'all not like that, but we gonna see. Because the more niggas move out here, the more policing y'all gonna have to do. And eventually y'all ass is gonna get caught up in the bullshit too. We'll see. Because these police officers don't give a fuck about no niggas for the most part either. They treat the black officers like shit. And then the black officers can't take it out on white people, so they turn around and treat their own people like shit. For the most part. Out here. That's why when you get pulled over by a black officer out here in Las Vegas, Nevada, sometimes you be like, fuck, I'd rather just get pulled over by a white person. Black officer, they go out of their way to try to flex their power, and you be looking at them like, damn, my nigga. Damn. But anyway, man, I'm telling you right now, we, as a people, we got to handle business. When you are watching the news, be mindful of what they're showing you and the imagery that the framing of the picture. See, because they want black people to take the brunt of the looting, the stealing, the killing. That's what they want. They don't want white people to take any type of accountability for that. It's almost like working at the corporate plantation. When go to the corporate plantation, be like, I feel like this is racist, and then motherfuckers gonna be like, no, and get the white splain and all this other shit, because they are. Most people that don't want to talk about racism, they're racist. And then when they try to tell you you racist, the first thing you need to do is you need to have you Powernomics. You need to have you Black Late White Wealth, that's over there on my library shelf, or the Black History Reader, and tell them black people cannot be racist because racism is about the competition of resources, to use those resources to oppress and manipulate the system to that racial group's liking, who controls the resources. So we don't control the resources. So how can we be racist? Because racism is an institution. It's a team sport. Team sport meaning, I can get you fired at this job, and then the next job, you're probably not going to get hired because I don't know, somebody will look like me at the other job that you're going to. That's racism, white supremacy. Racism, white supremacy isn't name calling. That's what they got black people thinking. When you be like, man, fuck that cracker. Man, that's racist. No, it is not racist. For calling a white person a cracker as they would crack the whip on black slaves, right. That's not racist. That's one. And two, black people cannot be racist. Racism is an institution. It's a team sport. That's what it is. They just got you thinking racism is calling somebody some type of a racial slur, but you have no power behind that. You call white people honky all day long, but guess who you gonna have to go deal with when you go get those bank loans? When you go in Bank of America, you're gonna deal with them. You're not dealing with no black people because ain't no black people running no banks. That's why when I used to work at the city and I was dealing with this brother, he had his little education, his little degree, and he was a branch manager of a U.S. bank. And this brother is, one of his kids was in the program. So I was like, man, you think oh man, I can't. He just went real coonish on me. And I just kind of was like, okay. And after that, I just really didn't say nothing because I just was like, damn, you a bitch ass nigga. Like, you don't even know what the fuck I got. But you just assume because you a nigga over white people's money that somehow you've made it. And you can kind of look at niggas like they crazy. I just was like, all right. And after that, I just kind of kept my distance. It didn't say really much or nothing. And I think he kind of made him uncomfortable because I just was like, it's sad when you see your people cooning and sandballing. You know what I mean? Remember this. Stop trying to convince the dominant society about racism. They know what the fuck it is. They know what white fragility is, and they know racism is a team sport. They know that. No, they don't. Yeah, they do. Ask Amy Cooper. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. White woman pretending to be attacked by a black man. Take 1. Action. Hi. This is Amy Cooper, and I'm in the park. I'm walking my dog, and I'm being attacked by an African-American man. He's threatening my life. Please send people right away. That's what the bitch did. And the award goes to Amy Cooper. As the bitch couldn't even control her dog. Go watch the video. Bitch dog was all over the goddamn place. And that's why he's like, bitch, you supposed to have your dog on a leash. But that nigga did have me laughing. He was like, she's like, I'm gonna call the police. He's like, go ahead, do it. Tell him to come down here. That nigga was bird watching. What nigga's bird watch? Do it. Come on down. Tell him to come down. You're supposed to have your dog on a leash. But that's what that bitch get. So while you got these dry snitching Bettys and dry snitching Beckys and staring Karens and white Karen bitches telling on motherfuckers and calling police and shit, I tell you right now, those type of motherfucking bitches need to be discarded of, and to me, don't even come smiling with me. Because that's how Emmett Till got killed. Bitch talking about he's like, that bitch is still alive too, by the way. Bitch talking about, oh yeah, he was whistling at me and they motherfucking dragged that oh my God. What they did to Emmett Till was horrible. It's just horrible. That was Fred Hampton's cousin, by the way. And, it's just, the dominant society is fully aware of what racism is, so stop trying to convince them. That's why I'm trying to convince them. It's hard enough trying to convince your own people that racism exists. Because you got one nigga that's making good money, and then they be looking at you like, man, no, man, you can't blame it on all police. Nigga, what? I didn't say I was blaming it on all police. What I'm saying is these police officers are going out of their way to kill niggas on camera. Like the nigga shot Walter Scott in his back and he didn't think he was being watched. He ain't gonna try to put a gun next to him and looking around and shit. Nigga, I would have did all that shit, and after he did all that, I would have sent that shit to Facebook or whatever, and I'd be like, guilty, nigga, you're busted. I got you. And I'd have, look at this police officer on blast. That's what I'd have done to that motherfucker. That motherfucker probably would have turned around and tried to shoot me too. Nigga gonna plant the evidence and shit. This Sandra Bland, motherfucker trying to break her arm and shit. Then after he tried to break her arm, then all of a sudden, she killed herself? Man, Sandra Bland wasn't about to kill herself. She was an activist. Stop. Look, if a motherfucker try to say Warren tried to kill himself, something happened to me, y'all motherfuckers better be like, damn, he killed him. No, motherfuckers be like, nah, fuck that shit. That nigga got too many goddamn podcasts talking about, man, fuck all that. Them motherfuckers got his ass. Be believing this shit, these narratives that these fucking dominant society people push, as they got these agent provocateurs tearing up shit. As I'm watching this shit, I'm saying, now look at all these motherfucking white folks pretending like they really care about George Floyd. And then if you go, look, this is what I'm gonna start doing too. When I am gonna do my interview, this is what I'm gonna start doing. I'm like, so how many black people do you know and are your friends and that you truly deal with and know their struggle? Because most dominant society people, in my opinion, they like to go around black people like it's a safari. Like it's a zoo and we're an exhibit and they can kind of like come around and pet us and, oh man, could I have one? That type of shit. But they don't really want to deal with us. It's like going and getting a hyena and keeping it in a cage. You know, like, oh no. They don't really want to deal with us. They just kind of want to take photo ops with us and make it seem like that. Like there was one white brother on CNN who walked up on a dude because the dude was like, yeah, you know, an unarmed black. He said, no, this is happening because a white cop killed a black man. If he stopped killing, he said if these white cops stopped killing black people, this shit wouldn't be fucking happening. And he walked off. And then the newscaster tried to like keep talking, but the shit was so funny because the way he did it, it kind of had me dying laughing. But I just think we need to stop expecting other racial groups to stand up for us. And we gotta stand up for ourselves. That's it. It takes 5 minutes. Just like when I was talking to my sister when she was telling me, yeah, man, I'm reading, they came for Columbus, and one of the homies, they wanted to know what the book is about, and I explained it to them. That's what it's about. That's all you have to do. You ain't got to be preaching down to them, preaching down to her, trying to preach down to your people and make them, him or her, feel like they ain't shit because they ain't read. That's not how you get people to be interested. You break it down in layman's terms. That's it. That's what I do. And that's it. And then that'll spark their interest, especially if they see, damn, you serious about reading. Then that'll spark their interest, and then eventually they'll be like, man, let me check that book out. If white people know the number of black people that they're associated with, it's already a problem. See, you already ahead of me. You already ahead of me because I was about to be like, so you count all your black friends? Like, that's what I was going, that's honestly, that was a kind of trick question. So how many black friends you got? Oh, so you count them, huh? See, I'm good at that. As my mom would say, this nigga should have been a lawyer because I know how to back you down. Oh, so you count your black friends, huh? So is that a normal practice for you to count your black friends? Thank you. And let me tell you this. How I told y'all before, it's very, very true. And not to get off topic, pick the people in your inner circle that's going to constantly stimulate your brain with information. Like, for instance, this is before I started reading. When we used to go to my mom's house, my mom was alive. All my siblings, we used to go to my mom's house like every Saturday, every Sunday, right? We always had conversations. If it wasn't about relationships, or niggas ain't shit, or white people, racism, the government, that was every Saturday and Sunday. We've been having these conversations, which I probably should have taped, which my siblings, some of my siblings are mad at me because I probably should have got those discussions on film because they wanted to, but I was like, nah, because I knew it would blow up. I really did. I was like, man, if we get our family conversations on camera, shit, we gonna be stars. Because I really feel like my family is funny. I'm not even really, I don't think I'm well, I probably am funny to everybody in my family, but listen to them, they make me laugh more. They make my comedy funny because they're funny. But we've been having these conversations. And the last time we kind of all got together, what do you think we was talking about? Relationships, money, cars, stock, clothes, how that relates to our community, politicians, Margaret Sanger. This is not no shit that I'm making up. This is the conversations that we really be having. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the Court Plantation and just a little bit of nuances and things that go on at the Court Plantation. And that's what that's what's supposed to drive you. If you get around your family and all y'all can talk about is love and hip hop, and that's all you can talk about, then there's a problem. But in our household, this is before me personally, I was reading books. We've been having these conversations. I said about 2011, 2012, we started really, really having these conversations. So about 2012, it's almost down to the time that my mom passed away. That's all the conversation. And this was, I didn't start reading till like 2013, 2014. So we were having these conversations prior to me reading one book. So it's just, those are the type of conversations you need to have. So when you're around people, if you're not having those conversations, get the fuck around them. As Shawnee Brown would say, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to change rooms. See, I know I'm not the smartest person in the room when I'm around my family. So that's why I like to listen to them, because a lot of the shit they say is very truthful, but it's funny. And I think it's funny. You know? My circle became a crescent as I got older and gained knowledge of self. Facts. Sure would. We would talk about everything. Told you know that shit. Look, let me tell you something. I remember we'd have conversations. I'd be like, look, y'all need to understand, if a nigga gonna be with you, you know, he still must get pussy from other bitches. Oh my God. You don't know how many of the women in my family be like, fuck that nigga. Woo, woo, we ain't doing that. Like, those are the type of conversations that would come up. And I'd be like, okay, so what if he ain't had no job and no car, but shit, you know, he aspiring? And then, you know, my mom would be at the forefront. Fuck that nigga. That nigga ain't got no motherfucking car, no job. What the fuck he gonna do with me? And then my siblings, they would follow suit. So we would have great conversations. That's what life is about. It's not about getting around people and talking about some Simple Simon shit. But if you're reading, now that we're all kind of like reading, now everybody can sharpen steel. So now there's things about books that my siblings can teach me, because it's like, damn, you know what I mean? I didn't even know about that. And then there's, you know what I mean? Like, that's how it's supposed to be with your family. That's how it's supposed to be. Man, like I said that one time, and I'll tell this joke again. When we was all together, I told this joke how I was talking to my older brother, and I'm thinking this nigga is talking about Dr. Franz Cress Welsing's The ISIS Paper. Because the last time we talked about it, he was like, man, that book is fucking crazy, and I had to put it down. It's too heavy. It's just a heavy book. So I'm thinking like, okay, cool. He was like, man, this book is heavy. And I'm like, yeah, man. He's like, man, I had to put it down. I was like, man, why is it that cold? Which chapter? You know, he was like, nah, man, the book was getting good until the bitch started diking. I'm like, diking? Nigga, what the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I'm talking about Dr. Franz Cress Welsing's book. Man, nigga, what the fuck you read? And then he just started laughing. I was like, man, you read that bullshit later. You need to be reading these books now, motherfucker. And I told my family, they was laughing their asses off. He was laughing too. But, you know, for the most part, we try to stay on page and stay on code with reading. And you don't have to be no speed reader. Oh, put that out there, Tasha. Put that out there. I was having this conversation the other day. I'm going to read this to anybody's listening. My mom often talked about Bruce Jenner cross-dressing and playing around in female clothes before it even was public. Facts. My mom was saying that shit 2009, 2010, 2003, She's been saying that shit for the last 20 years. She was saying that shit before he had the surgeries, before Kim Kardashian was really, really, really popping. My mom had been saying that shit. She had been saying that shit. That she was like, yeah, Bruce Jenner is a cross-dresser. Because he was downtown in some bitch's clothes. And we was like, man, mama, no, he wasn't. That's the Wheaties, man. She was like, okay, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck how many kids he got. That motherfucker's a cross-dresser. And he liked to wear bitch's clothes and shit. And then it came out that he was a mother, he wanted to be a woman. So my mom was ahead of her time. My mom used to have conversations with us about the Federal Reserve and shit and the bank. See, we always had these conversations prior to us reading, but now that we read, oh man, the conversations are beautiful. And that's what you need to have. And there's no diss if you're around people that don't read. Just listen to them. Don't even say nothing. Just kind of listen to them. And don't try to give your opinion. They're not well versed to me on racism, white supremacy, and political topics. And that's fine. You just kind of hold back. Don't try to bully them into your education system. No, you just be like, oh man, hey, you should just check out this book. And that's what I do. And that's what we need to do, because in this racial climate, if you don't know what racism and white supremacy is, everything else will confuse you. So you have to understand the full extent of what it is. It's an institution. It's a team sport. So when you get around people, if you're not having this type of dialogue, I'm talking about real people. I'm not talking about people at the corn plantation. I'm talking about when you're out of the corn plantation and you have your private time. If you're spending your private time with people wasting time, then that's on you. I don't like to waste my time. That's why I don't go out of my way to deal with people that I feel like are going to be time wasters. And it's nothing personal. It's only business. And I don't expect you to waste your time on me. That's just who I am. But hey, Shawnee, be safe out there. Y'all all be safe. I'm going to probably try to hit y'all with a back-to-back because I know tomorrow's going to be some shit to talk about. I appreciate everybody listening, subscribing. Send this to anybody that you know that's protesting, that needs another perspective on it. Don't send this to nobody. Send it to people that's out there protesting, because I want people that are black to understand, hey, everybody that's around you that's protesting, that's another racial group, they're not there for the right reasons. They're there to loot, steal, and tear up shit and then walk away while you holding the bag. Hey, man, if you out there bullshitting, pretend like you protesting, you really trying to steal, guilty, nigga. Y'all take care, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.